Hi, I'm Kyler, and this is the Light Bulb Podcast.
It's a much softer intro than the last ear-breaking.
Yeah, see? Today is an ASMR episode.
I have the microphone 10 feet away from me right now. So if you guys can hear me clear as day, then I'm leaving it there.
We're good right there.
Yeah,
All right.
no, you sound good. Was that an actual start? We can actually start with that. I'm
I think
cool.
that was good.
Absolutely. Okay,
It's a great
so
intro.
yeah, that's the Light Bulb Podcast. I'm Kyler. We have with us today Darian and Joey, and no Wylie. It's just the three of us today.
Yeah, he just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, no, he quit altogether. He's just
Burnout.
the editor now. Yeah, so is what it is.
It's
Good riddance.
understandable. Yeah.
Anyway, we have a few things to talk about today. We have some movie trailers that dropped, some really interesting ones. So we have a pretty good amount in way of entertainment news. We also have some movie reviews since the last episode we recorded, and we're going to be talking space today. Space 2.0. It's been a minute since we did one of these kind of discussion episodes, so we're really looking forward to it. But to get it started, I, for the first time in Light Bulb Podcast history, have some movie news.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that?
Wow. Would you look at that?
I actually have a few things.
Wylie leaves
But-
and the production goes up.
Absolutely.
up.
To start, I was actually re-listening to some of our old episodes, and I don't recall the number, but a while ago, we did an episode on book-to-movie adaptations.
That was season 2. Yep.
And yep. With our good buddy Frank as a guest. And at the end of that episode, really quickly, we all just went through what books we would like to see eventually turned into movies. And apparently, Netflix watches our podcast
I'm going to cry.
because I
Why?
I'm going to cry.
got my
Oh,
wish.
What movie is it?
What movie did you say?
He said,
I have been speaking about one of my favorite book series
Spy
on this
Kids
podcast
5.
for a while. The Gray Man.
oh, yeah.
Now, let me read to you
That's right.
the IMDb page for this. I'm not going to read the synopsis or anything.
No.
Release date, 2022. Okay? So next year, very soon.
Not bad.
The two leading actors, Captain America himself, Chris Evans, and Ryan Gosling as Cortland Gentry, the Gray Man. Not only that, but our Lord and Saviors, Joe and Anthony Russo, are directing this movie with, as a Netflix original, with, to date, Netflix's largest budget for an original film, $200 million. I am so happy.
What? Okay. What is
$100 million for
what is the book
an
series
original-
about? This better
I
be
wanna
about
know what it's about,
nonstop
too.
explosions.
But
in
at
It
the
is.
same time,
Yeah.
I don't want to know what it's about.
No, I do.
He's a ex-CIA agent who got burned, and this is going off of the first book in the series where the this conglomerate, this really evil kind of corporation, sends the top wet teams of every single like third world country in the world after him as like a bounty, and he has to fight all of like the country's like top assassins.
What's it called? It's
So-
called The Gray Man?
The Gray Man. The series is called The Gray Man, and so is the first book.
Is it by J.L. Curtis?
No, it's by Mark Graney.
There's
GR
a whole series called The Gray Man by... Is it Gray?
Gray. Yes.
There we go.
Oh my goodness, I am so. I've literally been talking about this for a long time on this podcast, and then they made it a reality, and I'm
Dreams
so
come
happy.
true.
That sounds... First of all, that sounds like your kind of book series.
Literally.
You're...
Literally.
100%.
Kyler's into the Jack Reacher,
Oh yeah.
that kind of style book.
Totally.
$200 million. That is an insane amount of money.
Absolutely.
And I still can't wrap my mind around how Netflix still has the money to be tossing around on these movies like this when they do a movie a week and 99% of them are garbage. I am mind blown.
Well, I think it's more because when you get someone or a team like Joe and Anthony Russo, you know that what they're going to put together is going to be insane. So when they ask for a budget for a movie, you pretty much just say, okay, you nod and smile and say, okay, and
Absolutely.
hand it over. It's like Christopher Nolan.
Yes, father.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of
Because you know
that,
you're going to make it back.
the Russo brothers, another piece of movie news I had was that, and the title of this article says, the Russo brothers hit an impasse in talks to direct the new Marvel movie. So they were in talks to direct another Marvel movie. No word on if it was the next Avengers style movie, because Kevin Feige said there will be another Avengers movie, or if it was another Winter Soldier, Civil War type movie where it's more of a drama, story-based movie like that. But after seeing everything that happened with Scarlett Johansson, they decided to pause talks to figure out what was going to happen going forward, which is pretty interesting to me. And I don't blame them.
I think I agree with a lot of the things that Marvel does. They make pretty good decisions because at the end of the day, it's a company. They're a business. But the way they handled the Scarlett Johansson thing, I blatantly disagree with. I think that was
very poorly,
very dirty.
Oh yeah.
They handled that so poorly. The amount of work and stuff and money that she's brought in as a character and as like a role model for kids and stuff like that too, and for them to just dump her on the side of the road like a used piece of gum, it was so bad.
And then double down on that. Instead of apologizing, they were like, no, we were right.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to countersue you for defaming us and stuff like that. It's like, okay, now you guys are definitely in the wrong. Because one, you told her this was going to be an exclusive theater screening, and then you put it on Disney Plus, and that's hitting her pockets. She has every right to sue. That wasn't included in the contract. So Joe and Anthony Russo are like, well, this, they didn't say exactly why, but in my mind, they're being like, okay, well, clearly, even if it's in the contract, you guys might not hold yourselves to it. So we have to figure something out before we move forward. And they said,
at the end of the day, they have to cover their rear end too. They need to make sure that they're protected legally.
Yeah. And I hate when people are like, well, they make, she made 20 million regardless off this movie. That's not how it works, because if you were contractually obligated to make more, that's your money. Imagine you work for a day and you're supposed to work for 2,000 and you get 500, and people are like, well, at least you made 500.
Yeah.
I was promised 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony Russo said, in regards to this movie, he said it would be the biggest movie you could possibly imagine. So that's what really excites us about the story. The ambition of it is even bigger than the ambition of the Infinity Saga.
Don't do that. Don't
do
that.
Dude,
that's so messed up. And then to say, but we're putting a hold on it.
I know.
That's what could happen.
Do you think it'll be Secret Wars? Because that's what I'm hearing rumored to be the next big kind of thing. And I don't even know what Secret Wars is.
That's when the Skrull come in and impersonate like everyone on Earth. So you don't know who's
crazy,
who.
Dude. How did that end?
It's literally you don't know who is who. Like every single person can and at some point was a Skrull in the sky.
So how does that end? Who beats it? That's my question.
I actually don't know how that
Squirrel
arc ended.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Was it? You know what?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I know she does defeat some like crazy huge bad guy. Is
Galactus. It's Galactus. Yes. She either she beat him or she talked him out of destroying the the universe as we know it.
Holy cow.
Man.
It's amazing. All right. Next piece of movie news. So we know they were doing a Mr. and Mrs. Smith reboot.
Were they? I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, we discussed this on movie news, and it was with Phoebe Waller-Bridges.
You must have lost me at some point then. I must have fell asleep with my eyes open.
Who the heck is Phoebe Waller-Bridges?
She ain't no Angelina Jolie, I'll tell you that much. But
pull up a picture. Let's see.
Yeah, I just made you close.
Okay. Well, the movie was supposed to be with the two of these, and I'm going to pull it up so you guys could see it now.
Two of these?
The two of these. It was Phoebe Waller-Bridges and There we go. Donald Glover.
Oh,
They're supposed to be the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Now, as you can see, this is a far cry from the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. This is not what we've come to expect from top tier.
Oh, it was a series?
Yeah. But I mean, they're still gonna go, and Donald Glover is still he's still in it. So,
well, it just said that she exited
due to creative disagreements with him.
With Donald Glover?
Yeah.
Oh, with her husband.
If you're creative, wait, that's his wife.
Well, she's Mrs. Smith.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm actually an idiot. In real life. Because he's married to a white girl in real life, so I thought that was her. Yeah, I don't know her name though.
What has she done ever?
She's in the next. I know she's in the next Indiana Jones movie. yeah. The retirement home attacks back.
Did you guys see like the behind the scenes of the Indiana Jones, like a little clip of this dude fighting? I was like, no.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He's legitimately gonna fight in the movie.
I mean, props to him. It didn't look too bad for him being 80.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad, but it's very unrealistic.
It was that very Indiana Jonesy like that fighting style where it's like, just the.
But you know what? You know what? As weird as that may sound, sometimes it's not horrible.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Like sometimes when you're watching an older movie, you watch and you're like, yeah, it's not like a modern day like choreographed fight scene, but it's also kind of fun. There's like a
something about it.
Yeah. So
I get what you mean.
I wouldn't mind if they made a new movie with that old timey kind of fighting style.
No, I agree. I wouldn't want them to go full on like John Wick.
I don't
Daredevil,
expect them to. with
Daredevil jail scene or like
it's like people with the pistol
reloading it, catching, placing, and then shooting again. Nah, I don't expect none of that. I'd prefer they keep the Indiana Jones style fighting. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. They're doing that, It's not bad. Shang-Chi. I just want to mention a couple of facts about how amazing it did over the weekend. So, it absolutely destroyed the box office with $75.5 million this weekend and $90 million for the long weekend, setting the record for the highest grossing movie on Labor Day weekend ever, which is insane.
Oh, well,
we're in the middle of a pandemic.
That's a small pool.
I mean, there's movies that come out on Labor Day every weekend, every year. I don't know. I don't know what other movies it's competing with,
but it could be crazy. Like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Like, that was a hit, man.
That was a hit. That is true.
Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, okay?
Shipwrecked? That was garbage.
I don't even remember the title.
I saw it in theaters. Never forget that one. And it's also now the highest rated comic book movie of all time by critics and audience score.
Of all time? Is that including Endgame?
And Infinity War.
What?
Yep.
All right.
So let me see here. I don't know if you guys heard about what Andrew Garfield responded.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, was asked if he is going to be. Listen, I want to know your guys' opinions. Once again, he was asked directly if he's going to be in this movie, and he responded with kind of like
a wink and a nod.
No, kind of like Kyler's face, where he was like, "No matter what I say, it's obvious at this point nobody's going to believe me. If I say I'm in it, they might not believe me. If I say, I might hype people up and I'm not. And then if I say I'm not in it, people are just going to be like, he's lying and he's in it. And then they're going to be more disappointed when they go and I'm not in it." He said, "As far as I am aware, I am not in the movie." I still think he's in the movie. I still think he's in this movie.
So do I.
Moving on. We talked about Spider-Man so much.
I just, before we move on, I need your over under 50%. Is he in the movie or is he not?
We've already done this.
We're going to do this every week, every episode until Spider-Man comes out.
I say yes.
No.
Over under 50%. No, still?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
You're welcome. There has to be someone on the podcast. You guys are all like head over heels.
Look at what the other guy. The other guy said no as well. Look what we did to him. All right, Wylie's out. You're
He's
next,
gone.
buddy.
So you're next.
In happier news and finally something Star Wars related.
Oh,
I feel like
oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Can
Go ahead.
I? Because I think it's going to be the same one, but I want to talk about it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
you deserve to.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the official remastered remake for PlayStation 5. Oh my God. The trailer. It was like 30 seconds and all you see is Revan like walking out of some smoke. It gave me like goosebumps and I was so happy and excited.
And PC.
Oh my God.
It's not just PS5, which gets
Oh,
me
it is
excited.
PC.
I was gonna say I'm gonna cry if it's
Because
on PS5.
I've only seen things for PS5. I haven't seen anything saying
I did too, but their Instagram page says Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake coming to PlayStation 5 and PC. So that's directly from their page.
Okay. That's smart. I would expect nothing less. But yes, it's finally here. I think the original game came out in what, 2000, like
It's an older game.
2 or 5 or something like that.
I've played it. I've never beat it. I've played it. I've never
You've
beat
never
it. So
beat it?
I can't wait to play the remake.
Oh my God.
No, I've tried. It's
so
the
good.
story. I mean,
If
no
you
story
look
in
up-
this world can carry the garbage graphics of that game to make me want
No,
to play
honestly,
it.
if you once you get past a certain point, you don't even like notice how horrible the graphics are anymore. Honestly.
I
you
can
get
imagine.
used to
It was tough. I've played the intro to that game maybe 30 times that I could name you every quote in the beginning of that game.
It's so good though.
I can't wait for the remake. It's
so
going to be
good.
amazing.
Any list for video games for like the craziest plot twist or something like that, or craziest reveal, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, is always either first or second on that list.
True.
Always.
That is true.
Anyone. It's that, and that's not just lists of Star Wars games. That's video games, period. That's how amazing that game was.
Yeah, I wish I've tried, and I'm excited for the remake so I can finally experience that game beginning to end.
Holy, I can't even just thinking about like the planets that you go to in that game and thinking about them with next gen graphics.
Are you playing it?
Well, I don't have a PlayStation 5 and I don't really do any PC gaming, but I'll definitely watch it.
Wow.
I might figure something out. Cause that I just have to.
You
I
have
can't
a
not.
PC, right?
I have a laptop.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't
It's
you have
an
a gaming
ROG.
laptop?
It's an Asus laptop. It's a Republic of Gamers laptop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about gaming laptops, but I mean,
It's not bad.
the last one wasn't super. It didn't take up too much, like RAM or anything like that. I
That's
played it on my
because the
Mac.
graphics were like 8-bit.
If I could play it on my Mac, it doesn't require much exertion.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But yeah, no, I'm so over the moon excited for this. That's what I wanted to talk about at the beginning before we started recording.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if you guys had like heard about it, so I didn't want to say it. I wanted to say it on the pod.
Oh, absolutely! I cannot wait.
Very excited. Joey, you haven't played it at all?
What?
No, I played the beginning and then I just couldn't do it. I just
That's
couldn't
what I was
keep
gonna.
Dude,
I just
just
couldn't
push
keep
through.
going.
if you could watch horrible movie after horrible movie after horrible movie, you can get through the graphics.
We're never
of that
letting you
game.
live this down, Joey.
You can get through the graphics.
Just put it on my grave, all right? Put it on my tombstone.
Oh, I will. Don't worry about that.
It was an absolutely good horrible movie.
Get off. Once you get off the first planet, you don't even think about it anymore. It's amazing.
In other
But
video
moving on.
game news, Wolverine has a new game coming out.
By Insomniac.
Yes, by Insomniac.
They teased
Really?
it. Did a little teaser to it, yes.
That's going to be rated M for sure.
was the last
Game's
time
going to be
oh, yeah.
horribly graphic.
Without a doubt.
Is it going to be like movie Wolverine or like comic book Wolverine?
Just a little teaser. Just showed him at the bar. Somebody walking up with a knife behind him, and you just.
Oh, they showed a
sees
trailer
the
for it
claws.
already?
Yeah, a little teaser. You don't get to see
they
his face
teased
or
a lot.
anything, but he's in his plaid shirt, and then you just see his claws come out with a little bit of blood around the knuckles.
And they also teased the new Spider-Man game.
I was about to bring that one up. Backtracking real quick. Was it bone claws or the adamantium claws?
Adamantium.
Okay.
Good,
Cool.
good.
Yeah, right before we started recording,
Miles
I
is
saw
Spider-Man.
the Star Wars Spider-Man 2 trailer.
And that looked amazing. Is that on
Venom?
PC? Oh,
No, it's a PS5
PS5
exclusive.
exclusive.
Yeah.
See, I love Venom. I love Venom, and I can't wait. I want to try that out. But aren't there so many different villains in Spider-Man that they can stop harking back to Venom?
I think they're hopping on like the publicity train kind of thing where like the movies are out and people are talking about them. So like, hey, let's put them in a video game because it'll
Name
be relevant.
recognition.
Yeah.
I guess.
The only one that they
But-
haven't put in the game is Green Goblin, right?
I mean, let's get green. It's
and
been
the
a
most
minute.
recent one, Insomniac one's the most recent
Yeah,
ones.
no. Well, I mean, there's a few that they
'Cause-
haven't
Well, yeah,
put in the Insomniac
but
ones,
in
but
Spider-Man 1, it was Vulture, and I'm pretty sure Electro, and then Miles Morales, it was Rhino, and I forgot who it was.
where was Vulture in
Oh no, I
their?
think it was Miles.
We're thinking of a different one, yeah.
Hmm.
Doc Ock was the main villain in the
You're
first
right. You're right. It was Doc Ock. And
Yeah.
then for Miles, for like a throwback for Spider-Man, he was fighting Vulture, I think.
Oh, was he? I never played the Miles one.
I never played either,
Okay.
but I've only
The-
heard good things.
The first one is very, very good. I can speak to that one. I'm sure the Miles one
yeah,
is also good, but I didn't play it, so
It's Mr.
I
Negative,
can't.
right? That
Mr. Negative, yeah.
Yeah, that was him as well.
Yes. He was, I think, the main one, and then later on you end up fighting Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Because he's in the game as like a good guy. He's like Peter's boss, and then he goes really evil. But yeah, phenomenal game. So that looks
Thanks.
really, really good. The trailer.
This is exciting. We have Christopher Nolan news.
I was just
the-
about to say that too, because I already know.
Yeah. This is breaking, actually. So he is talking to multiple studios that he'll be directing a film about J. Robert Oppenheimer, which, if you know history, this is the man that developed the nuke in World War II. And the story of
Maybe
his...
like the Manhattan Project?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, well, that's Atomic Bomb.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the A-bomb in World War
Okay,
II.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the same thing, right? That was the nuke.
No,
Isn't the
atomic bombs
A-bomb-
and nuclear bombs are different.
Are they?
Yeah, atomic bomb they split the atom and stuff like that.
Isn't that what a nuclear
For
bomb
a
is?
nuclear bomb is no, that's like uranium.
What fell on Hiroshima?
An atomic bomb, not a nuclear bomb. Jesus,
Oh.
it's
I'm
still
thinking, okay.
inhabitable.
They got nuked.
They didn't Chernobyl them.
You sure? I
Yeah,
think we literally removed Hiroshima from the planet. Not we, but the U.S.
I mean they flattened it, but people can live there. It's not a wasteland.
I gotta go to Google real quick.
I'm pretty sure.
Are A-bombs
I'm not a million. They're different.
and nuclear bombs.
You probably sound like idiots to anyone
Same.
listening to this.
Atomic bombs are nuclear weapons. Their energy comes from reactions that take place in the nuclei of the atoms.
Okay.
During
Oh,
World
they
War
are.
II, atomic bomb usually meant a bomb that relies on fission or the splitting of nuclei into smaller units. Yeah.
Oh, it is the same thing.
Uh,
Okay, I'll stand corrected. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't an intense debate. I was wondering too. Once you said it, I started doubting myself.
All
I
you
didn't
have
want
to do is sound convincing enough.
I was like, is an atom bomb stronger than a nuclear bomb? Am
Thank you,
I
Joey.
wrong? I'm
thought
like,
you-
I didn't
I
know.
what does it look like? What's the difference?
He's
They're
saying
all
it's-
just metal on the
you
outside.
split the atom. I'm like, isn't that what a nuke is? Like, what is going on here?
I don't know.
Yo, but give
I'm not a
me-
nuclear physicist. You shouldn't even listen to me.
But I am all up
Oh my
for a
goodness.
Christopher Nolan movie about the develop. Imagine how emotional. Because if you know Oppenheimer, there's recordings of him and writings discussing his regret for studying and creating that kind of
Oh my god, yeah.
bomb. Because can you imagine
Weapon of mass destruction. You're the
Yeah.
reason that exists.
that's on your mind. You know,
Yeah.
eventually it would have been created, but you're not thinking that. You're like, I did this to these millions of people. So
Mhm.
that emotional baggage in that movie. With Nolan directing it, and you know there's going to be some great castings and stuff, and Michael Caine.
Dunkirk was amazing. It's a
Dunkirk was
different
good.
movie. It's a slower movie, but it was still excellent. And that's another like timepiece movie that Nolan directed. So
I haven't watched Dunkirk in a good while. I saw it twice, once at the theater and once after. Haven't seen it since.
Mm.
I remember it being good.
Mhm.
I think that and Tenet and Memento are probably the only 7s I have for Nolan.
You gave Tenet a 7?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. 7 or 8. I think I wanted to give it 7.5. That's what I gave Tenet.
And what did you go with? You went with 7?
Let me check. Let's find out.
Check.
No, I have my IMDb
how do you
ratings.
think
I gave it a
Nolan will
7.
add time travel with this new movie? How do you think he's gonna pull it off?
I hope he does.
We see McConaughey floating in the back of Oppenheimer. He's like, "Come on up. You got to do it. It's a lot of things. A lot of movements."
You say that. How amazing would it be if Nolan directed like a remake of The Time Machine?
The Time Machine.
Dude.
H.G. Wells?
Dude, I would.
Oh, the book.
Oh my god.
Have
Yes.
you read that?
Yes.
What an awesome. I have
It's
it.
what
I
the
haven't
book
read it
is
yet. I haven't
very
read it yet.
different from
The
the
movie?
movie. The little pink people.
Yeah. So I didn't know there was a movie. I read the book, and the book,
yeah,
the
with Guy
concept
Pearce.
of it is so cool. It's like this
Mhm.
guy has a time machine, and it's very short, and he
Mhm.
just
Yanks.
puts the lever, and the guy goes into the future like 3,000 years, and you see
No, like 3 million years.
3 million or something
It was
crazy.
something
Okay,
crazy, yeah.
and you see how humanity has developed into these pink people, and then these beasts and stuff like that. The concept, it's one of those where the concept is better than the actual book, in my
It
opinion.
was also written in like 1812.
Yeah,
It wasn't that old, but it's an old book, so there wasn't too much like imagination behind it.
It's like Dune. Like
yeah,
the book isn't as good as the concept, which is what excites
Mhm.
me. And that
it's
was
like a
written in
really big
1966.
shoebox with like toddler shoes in it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Wow. You're right.
I came up with that at the spot.
What were we talking
philosophical over here? Nolan in his
Time
new
travel
movie.
with the
Time
nuke.
travel. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. So yeah, that was pretty much all I had to say on that subject matter. But I can't wait. I think that's amazing.
yeah. No, that sounds good. What did it? That's the only information we have on it.
That's it.
Yeah, they're working on the script, and he's in talks with different studios. So clearly, that's some early stuff.
That's pretty quick, to be honest. After Tenet, I was expecting a longer break. I mean, I'm
Right?
happy.
Tenet. That's right. Did we ever do a review for Tenet on this channel?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I did. I voiced my opinions on Tenet.
Yeah.
With the audio,
Yeah,
I love
etc.
I gave it a 7. Yeah. What'd you give it? You guys are probably at 8.
I'm like, I think I
No way,
gave
it's
it
9.
either an 8 or a 9.
No way, it's a 9.
I loved Tenet. I thought it was so
No way.
good. I love that movie.
The beauty of Nolan's films, Inception, Interstellar, even Memento, is that they're complicated to the point where you can understand it, enjoy it, and explain it to people afterwards.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now I see why you're 7. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Tenet requires multiple
Yeah.
A
viewings
lot of thinking.
and so much thinking, and I
I didn't
like that
mind it.
from books. I don't like that from movies.
I have no. I mean, I was a little surprised, but I'm not upset with the 7 because I can totally see that that's a movie that you definitely have to be laser focused the entire time, and then you have to watch it again and be laser focused the entire second viewing
Yep.
to really get everything, and then maybe a third time you can just kind of sit back and look at the smaller details in the background. But I was totally okay with that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it every time I watched that movie. I think I've
And
seen it
yeah,
3 times.
And I totally get it. It's a fun
Yeah.
movie. The first time I saw it, I did not like the sound
I
mixing.
don't think anybody enjoyed
I
it.
don't. I get where the idea was. I
Yeah.
don't like that they followed through with it. I don't think that was smart.
No, it was really hard to follow at a few
Dude,
different points.
If you had no subtitles, that opening scene where he was grabbing the piece, you're like, what is
Mhm.
he grab? What is he saying to this guy? What has happened? That whole first 15, 20 minutes is in the window. You don't know
Yeah.
what just happened. Yeah,
And
exactly. dude. It
with a
looked good,
movie
but-
that's so important that you listen to every piece of dialogue and notice,
Yes.
that part kind of sucked because, like you said, that's 15, 20 minutes out the window, and they're
Yep.
talking about important things in those 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
But, yeah. Anyway, we've
Yeah, we
already
don't need-
discussed that movie, so
we don't need to go too deep into it.
Whatever.
Okay.
so that was
Is that it for entertainment news?
that was pretty much it, guys. We have a
Injustice.
billion movies.
Injustice
Go ahead,
movie
Joe.
coming out, animated.
I saw the trailer. I did see the trailer.
Oh, is it a trailer?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's coming out
Okay.
October 19th.
Wow.
The animation isn't what I expected.
Neither did I, but it's DC. When it comes
It looks
to
like
animated
DC
films, you gotta trust them.
It's not like the Batman animated movies?
It looks, like the Batman animated movies.
know how,
I
like-
thought it was going to look like Injustice, the game, the cinematic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not bad. It's just not what I expected.
Yeah, because like Batman, the Flashpoint movies or movie, there's like another one. All the Batman animated movies, there's like 8 of them. They all have the same type of like animation style.
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay.
Oh no, that's the Flashpoint.
He's like, I've only watched Flashpoint actually.
Yeah.
Some of the Batman ones are actually really good.
Yeah.
There are a few of them that are like pretty insane. Anyway, so if that's it for entertainment news, then we can move on to the trailers that finally dropped for some pretty big movies that we've been talking about for a while in the podcast. Although one of them is only a teaser, which didn't give us much in the way of information. But do you guys want to start with Don't Look Up?
I'd love to.
Okay,
I'm
Darren, go
thoroughly
ahead, because
confused
you're the one
with
who's been spearheading this cause for a
Yeah, 'cause
while.
I still don't know what it's about.
When I read, and lest our viewers forget, we brought them the breaking news months ago about Don't Look Up, and we showed them-
Literally, I think it's been like 5 months, something like that.
Probably.
I wish we could see when our first.
It was a while.
Yeah.
Crystal, when I sat down to record today, Crystal was like, "Oh, did you hear about that movie? Don't Look Up." I'm like, "We literally spoke about that like months ago on the podcast."
We pulled up
She's
the
like, "Oh."
cast and we were like,
Yep.
look at this cast. We discussed it. And we read when the synopsis finally came out. We were like, oh, it's about climate change, it's about end of the earth kind of stuff. And then the teaser trailer drops today. If you guys have not seen it, anyone, go watch it. It's a minute long, if that.
Minute 15 seconds. Yeah.
To me, what it looked like was we're going to give you a taste of what this movie might be about, but we just want to show you all the actors that are in it to get the hype up. Which was cool. I'm all for it. The actor, I see all those actors and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I
Streep.
already love Jonah Hill.
Yeah, he's like, breathing.
He's gonna be hilarious in this movie.
He's like, I know, end of the world, big stuff, but just the breathing. You got to bring it down.
Oh, it's so boring. Ozone.
Is he the president?
I think he's the vice president. I think Meryl Streep is the president.
That's so crazy.
But it's one of the two. It's either or.
I could see her being the president. I could see her being the president, not Jonah Hill.
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing, and then I saw her, and I was like, "He's definitely vice president." Because nobody would elect Jonah Hill.
No.
So, when I finished the trailer, my first thought was, "This is nothing like what I expected this movie to be like. It is not what I had
really
in my head for this movie."
This is 1,000,000% what I pegged it for.
No, what I thought this movie was a drama, was a like heavy hitting, emotional, acting
polar
on point.
Opposites.
Literally, I thought it was gonna be like some thriller. You got DiCaprio breathing
I
heavily.
thought we talked about the fact that it was going to be like a comedy. Didn't we mention that?
I completely forgot that.
It's possible, and I forgot.
So did
I totally, as soon as it started, I was like, this was my headcanon. This is what I thought it was. Wow, you guys must have been disappointed.
Imagine how disappointed we would have been if we still didn't know it was a comedy and we go and watch it.
Imagine you guys were like me and didn't watch trailers. It just went into the movie. You're like, what am I watching?
See, it didn't disappoint me. It just, I was like, oh, okay.
Gears.
Yeah, I'm glad I know now that that's what this movie is, and I'm all for it. Still, I'm excited. It's gonna be hilarious. The cast is amazing. The director did Anchorman, which, if I would have known that, I would have I would have known we're not going into like the Social Network territory. Like I would have expected it.
It's not David Fincher. It's not Denis Villeneuve.
No. But I love it, man. I cannot wait to see DiCaprio in it. What was the last movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I still haven't seen that. So before that, I don't know the last movie I've seen him in.
I think that was it. It's been a while.
Give it to me.
Jennifer Lawrence too. What was the last thing Jennifer Lawrence was in? Silver Linings Playbook?
No, she's been in a few after that.
I know.
She's Jennifer Lawrence is interesting. We've discussed this, but I think she's one of the last celebrities to sweep the world as like the top talent that you want, like the A-list talent. Because who, honestly, since Jennifer Lawrence, who's someone that is like
in every movie?
Yeah, someone that's a household name. There's all these new actors that we know are not.
I think
household names.
The Marvel movie people.
Yeah,
like Chris Hemsworth.
They're all from her time or before.
Started popping. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, she got her Oscar. She got in there early.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're in a new era of actors and stuff like that. A-list is, I don't know. It's more like we kind of know all these, like Timothy Chalamet, the dude's, I don't even know if that's how you say his last name, but he's in everything right now. But even he's not if I ask my mom or my dad, they have no, that's how I gauge it. I'm like, does my dad know who this is? If he does, it's a household name. If not,
if he doesn't,
nope. I'm like, all right,
Fair
it's
enough.
big enough
like
where he
that.
knows.
Okay.
What'd you think of the trailer?
Me?
Yeah.
I like I said, I don't know why. I thought we may have spoken about it. I might be wrong. But as soon as it started, I love the opening. It's just Leonardo DiCaprio hyperventilating inside of a bathroom, which is great. But I wasn't at all surprised with like the tempo of the movie, like that it's going to be kind of like comedic and all that stuff. So I'm here for it. It looks great. There's, like you said, there's a ton of A-list actors: Meryl Streep, Jonah Hill, Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, with like 30 other ones.
Tyler Perry, Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi.
Tyler Perry's in it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why?
He was in the trailer too.
I didn't even notice him.
Well, I haven't seen Tyler Perry in a minute.
He's a good actor. Okay. Conspiracy second.
Oh boy.
Wait.
Don't get me started on Tyler Perry, bro.
Let me not.
Yeah.
Just to sacrifice
Pull
the
yourself
editing.
back.
Remind me after, and I'll tell you guys what the conspiracy is. It involves the Illuminati, but I'm already too deep with Kevin Spacey. So
personally not a very big fan of Tyler Perry, especially like his movies. Like all the Medea movies, I can't stand Medea movies. All the like Tyler Perry's family, whatever crap movies, I can't stand those. I know that a lot of people love them, and if you want to watch it, go ahead. Don't ask me to watch it. I won't.
Listen, I'm with you. Tyler Perry movies are, on average, horrible. They're just feel-good movies for people that have nothing to do on a Sunday and just want to watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You know,
I'll watch something else.
It's so
I'll watch
true.
Paint Dry.
That's all it is, dude. You're like, what's on TV?
So true.
And it's on BET.
And you want a little chuckle? You want to see Medea just go crazy? You want a little chuckle? You just put that.
I don't think Medea's funny. I think that's a thing. She just irritates me. I don't find her funny.
It can be over the top, but there are some scenes that I'll walk through the living room and it's on, and I'm like, it makes me laugh. There are some scenes, but yeah,
fair enough. Teach their own. If you have a lower bar, then that's on you.
Yeah, comedy's not my area of expertise. Comedy movies are not my area of expertise.
Just joking. What else did we have? We had Matrix. Matrix Resurrections. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Resurrections.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, the first one was back in '97 or something like that. The first
I believe
Matrix?
it was 99.
Or 99. Okay, late '90s. So the CGI is quite a bit better for this movie.
It looks amazing.
Some of the scenes just in the trailer. I mean, they released like a teaser. Was it yesterday?
Yep.
Like a quick teaser, and then today it was, I think, a 3-minute trailer or something like that. Again, this was actually like a good trailer because it wasn't one of those that shows you the entire movie start to finish. It was just a lot of like fight scenes, kind of.
It looked like
explosions and stuff like that. But it was a good trailer. I liked it. It showed enough to be like, okay, this looks pretty interesting, but not so much like I don't need to watch the movie now. So
yeah, you're right.
I liked it.
That's true. To me, it looked like it showed a lot of the beginning of the movie to kind of explain what it's about, and then just did different fight scenes and showed like, those climactic big scenes, but nothing spoilery.
It didn't explain anything though.
I love that,
which is fine. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm so confused. I like going into a theater with questions.
Especially
I don't
Matrix.
like sitting down to watch a movie, not having any questions and knowing everything that the movie's going to throw at me.
Yep.
Because either from leaks or trailers or
That's just
whatever.
called being Wylie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wiley doesn't
Disgusting.
have any questions about anything.
He just
because
sits in the
he
movie
reads
theater
everything
straight
before.
face.
Yeah. He it's opening night and he's like voicing the lines with the actors.
He has the script.
He's
Yeah.
flipping acid.
Yeah. So first
But,
off,
yeah.
The Matrix did come out in '99. I'm just nice with it like that.
Good
Did you know the second two movies came out in the same year? I had no idea.
All three movies came out in 1999.
No. I'm sorry. I phrased that wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They released three movies in a month of each other.
I phrased that wrong. Matrix came out in '99.
Okay.
The second two movies both came out in 2003.
Really?
Yeah. Which I knew that. Those two movies
That's-
came out.
That's a long gap and then no gap.
I found that very interesting.
That poor team just pushing that movie.
Yeah, well, the second two were trash, so they didn't push anything.
No breaks.
It looks like they had an idea with the first movie and executed it perfectly and weren't sure how to execute the second two movies.
I've
That's
never
what it felt like to
actually
me.
seen. I know everything about it, but I've never actually seen any of the Matrix movies.
Joey, did we watch all three in one day?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we
You
did.
binged it? Holy cow!
I had never seen it, and I was like, dude, they're all free. He was like, let's watch it. So I
Where?
watched my house on Xfinity.
Oh, on Xfinity. Okay.
So I watched the first one. I was like, that was amazing, mind blowing, mind bending. Everything was
And
phenomenal.
by the end of the third one, you're just like on your phone scrolling around.
Yeah. The second movie was like,
Granted,
eh.
it was 2003, but that CGI, when he was fighting a whole mob of agents,
Was it Agent Smith?
Yeah.
That's like his name or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Mr. Anderson. 2003 CGI all kind of looks the same to me. It looks like movies were finding their footing with that CGI.
Minecraft.
They were depending too much on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's like Star
Big time.
Wars,
Exactly.
like Attack of the Clones.
It was too much depending on CGI. Even
Yeah.
Yes.
if you look at 2021, our movies today are more practical
hmm
with CGI where it's needed
hmm
because that's what looks better.
It pads it. They pad it with CGI.
Yeah.
It's not like George Lucas, who created an entire clone army with CGI and had not a single storm or clone trooper suit. Every single one of them was completely 100% CGI.
That-
Way too much.
That entire
Way too
movie
much.
was it filmed on a green screen.
It's string, string.
String.
Yeah.
No!
I just had a stroke for our
Speaking
listeners.
Ormesh,
Someone call 911.
but not for me.
What?
Oh, you've never seen that meme?
For what?
The call 911, but not for me.
What?
Now I got to show this to you because
Dude,
Oh, boy, here we
Look,
go.
I'm not in high school anymore.
Bro,
I have
are you
a
cultured?
sister-in-law who every once in a while will show me some meme that's really stupid because I'm out of touch. I became a boomer overnight. As soon as I graduated high school, I turned into a boomer. It's
Okay.
instant. I was born in
He
1997.
put on his white
so-
Skechers when he graduated.
New Balance.
The knee-high white
My-
socks.
My therapeutic New Balance sneakers.
check it out. We're going to play it for you guys.
Okay.
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh my god.
How have you guys never seen that,
So
dude?
savage. You haven't seen that before either,
I've
Joe?
never seen that, no.
That was so
Bro,
good.
what?
I love
Call
that.
an ambulance. Call an ambulance.
Not for me.
But not for me. Oh, love
Me,
that.
because I always have at least like two
Oh.
knives on me at all
Yeah.
times.
And somehow, yeah, whatever.
Oh man.
So yeah, I wasn't excited for
Yeah.
the
Anyway,
Matrix.
Matrix.
I was not excited for this movie whatsoever. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it for sure, but I have no attachment to these movies the way I do with something like Dune or a Marvel movie.
Mhm.
I just want to watch it. Now I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
It might
When they-
it might still be trash, but it looks good.
When they stepped through the mirror, that scene in the trailer looked really, really good. really, and for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer yet, you'll know when you see it because it's really cool.
And apparently Lawrence Fishburne wasn't even invited to be in this movie.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He got Fishburne.
He's like the only one of the original cast that's not there.
Yeah, even Jada Pinkett Smith is back.
That's pretty dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
So the whole internet is kind of right now trying to figure out why he's not in it.
Mhm.
And I looked it up, and one of them says due to a weird Matrix video game. I don't know if that's the answer. But yeah, there's young Morpheus, so maybe this is going to have to do with time.
What is that guy from?
I don't know, but his
I
name is
recognize
Yaya.
him. His name is Yaya?
Yaya.
Like the man, the actor? His
name in real life is Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
There's two Yaya?
He was from New Orleans, so
Wow. How is that spelled? With a Y?
yeah, Yahya.
That's like sounds like the Sandlot.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, yo, this man has a cultured name. That's his culture, yo. You laughing at it like that?
Hey, to each their own, man.
And then I'm the one that gets canceled? That's kind
Yeah.
of disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Right, Joey?
Anyways, I sent you guys the pictures of the comparison from the first movie to the trailer.
Did
I
you?
didn't get anything from you.
I don't remember that.
Instagram. Just go to Instagram.
Oh,
Literally
okay.
break the most recent. CC.
I still haven't gotten
Red
anything
pill.
from you.
Oh, yeah. That's above the Shang-Chi post.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of... Oh, yeah.
The
Look at all this. There's a
rabbit
lot of throwbacks to the originals here.
and the little
Well,
girl.
yeah, I can imagine the whole thing behind that is, hey, we did this back in 2003, and it didn't look great, so let's do it again and polish it up.
Oh my goodness! The on the last one, the young
Yeah,
Indian girl,
little
or
girl.
Hispanic girl, I can't tell. That's her grown up for real.
Probably.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Isn't that Priyanka Chopra?
I don't think that's Priyanka Chopra.
The one in the new one looks like her.
No?
No?
Is
Oh,
she?
it's like her.
Is she an actress? What does she
Priyanka
do
Chopra?
besides complain? I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. That's the kind of stuff that I get.
Wylie
canceled for. I
doesn't want to
understand.
edit that much.
Leave it in. What Priyanka's PR team is gonna come after me?
Didn't she get married to like Nick Jonas or something like that?
Yeah, Nick Jonas is a legend too. I love. I still get jealous. So
Wow.
thank
That
you.
was
Thank you.
spot
What is
on.
happening?
That was spot on.
Oh my god.
All right, so we got our two
What is
trailers now,
Priyanka
right?
Chopra complaining about?
Dude, she's always complaining about something. She's always like Palestine and Israel are
Okay.
having.
Okay, so
Stop,
then we're not going to
stop.
talk about this yet. We're gonna change-
I can do an
Anyway.
English accent, but as soon as I go to Middle
No,
Eastern,
you're talking about the Palestine.
I'm not picking a side. There's problems over there. That's just a fact. I don't know what side she's on.
Anyway, okay, so we have two movies to talk about. Which one would you guys like to start with?
Let's do Free Guy first, since I
Okay.
talked about it last week.
Because that was a very good movie, and I'm excited to talk about that movie. All right, Joey, that was your first time seeing it as well, right? Okay, so since Darian's already given his thoughts, what did you think of it?
I had no expectations going into the movie. I try not to bring any high expectations or low expectations. Just go in there, just as Darren, kind of as blind as possible. And I actually enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would have. I had a lot of laughs. Taika was a little random. But overall,
Yeah.
like Dee said, like the third act of the movie is where you start cracking up and you start enjoying it the most.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Had you seen any of the trailers beforehand?
I saw the very first one when it came up. After that, I didn't see any more.
Okay. So I actually, for the first time, I saw like all of the trailers for this movie. And I guess I don't know about Wylie, but of the three of us, apparently I was the most prepared.
It was
Going
reversed
in.
this
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. So I knew exactly what kind of movie it was. Well, okay, actually. I thought I knew exactly what kind of movie
Yeah.
this was. And I was still excited. I was like, oh, well, I don't know about excited. I was still for it. Like, it looks like a movie you could just go and just watch and forget about after a while. Once we got to the third act of this movie, I was just like grinning like a little kid, ear to ear, for the entirety of the third act. Like every time my cheekbones started to hurt and my smile started to go away, something else would happen. I'm like, that's amazing. I love that. And like you said, Taika was probably my least favorite part of the movie, but it still wasn't bad enough to ruin the movie.
Yeah.
His jokes were they felt kind of flat. It felt like it was kind of trying a little too hard.
Dad jokes, like
almost none of them landed. Two of them made me laugh.
Yeah.
The best one was when he just told the dude to get back to work. It's like,
he was like, so we need a catchphrase, huh? All right, let's do it. One, and he just screamed
back to work. Yeah, that was probably like the worst part of the movie. But if Taika Waititi's jokes were the worst part of the movie, and he's not like in it all that often, it's a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching it. That was a fun time.
Now you guys understand my 8 out of 10 rating for Free Guy. 8 out of 10 meaning I loved it, I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to other people. Absolutely. And there's not many flaws in the movie that made me stuck out to me too much.
Yeah, it's not a movie for everyone.
No, it's not.
Clarify. Not a lot of people would feel it's not very accessible, because even though it's not a video game movie per se, it is still kind of a video game movie. So if you're not someone that plays video games at all ever, there's going to be a lot of things that you might not understand. But it isn't really a video game movie.
Yeah.
It's hard why I said it had so much heart.
Yes. It's I don't even know if you can call it a family movie. Would you consider that a family movie? It's a hard movie to nail down. That's what it is.
Popcorn flick. That's a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
It's tough, but it's an excellent movie. I would absolutely go to the theater again and watch it. 100%.
Second time with you guys.
I had no problem.
That's why you see
I would go again.
The first 2 acts of that movie, you don't realize how much of a relationship you're building up with these characters, because when the third act hits, and I leaned over to Joey and I was like, it's gonna get good. I was like, it's gonna get good for me.
The first 2 acts, so I want to say that like 2/3 of the movie are setup.
Yeah.
And then the last third is just payoff after payoff after payoff after payoff. It's so much fun. It's a very, very fun time.
Yep.
So, yeah, I totally agree. I'd say 8 out of 10 easy.
Yeah.
For me. But again, not for everyone.
Yeah. And also something that I figure would be a good idea to mention for people when we say acts to a movie, not every movie has 3 acts, but a lot of time it's one of those like
the formula.
It's one of those formulas, kind of like the hero's journey, where you go through certain steps. The 3-act structure, all it is a setup, a confrontation, and then a resolution. So in the opening, you have the first 40 minutes or something like that, where it kind of sets up what's going on, history of our character, and then you got the big event that happens. The whole second act is like, a lot of times that's where movies will slow down.
That's the hurdle that the hero has to overcome to get back into the frame of mind that he needs to.
So they have to travel to here and meet this guy in some part. And then the third act is when you get, that's where a lot of movies either really hit or
fall flat. Yeah.
So that's something, when we mention that.
Yeah. So a lot of fun. Definitely recommend for people who like that sort of thing. Moving on.
I want to talk just 2 minutes about all the upcoming movies coming up this year.
Sure.
Go for it.
Guys, we have Venom on October 1st.
Venom.
The week after, we have No Time to Die, the James Bond movie. Oh, yes.
I'm so excited for that one.
The week after is The Last Duel. That's the Ridley Scott movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Adam
Have you guys
Driver.
seen the trailers for that?
Yeah.
It looks
amazing.
So good.
Dude, a timepiece set in medieval times with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck
and Adam Driver. It looks so
directed by
good.
Ridley Scott.
I know.
I'm all for it. All for it.
Has Ridley Scott ever done a movie like that before? Or is his entire portfolio just aliens?
I mean, he did The Martian, but nothing
that
like
was Ridley
this.
Scott?
That was Ridley Scott.
Oh,
Oh, you know,
okay.
what was that show he just did, Joey? The one that we saw the first episode. We were like, eh.
Did a show?
He did a show for Apple TV, I believe it was. Raised by Wolves. Was it? Yeah, Raised by Wolves. It was on HBO Max. That's what it was. We watched the first episode on the projector and we were like, that was weird.
Is it about a person who was actually raised by wolves?
Nah, it's about that like they're kind of like aliens on a futuristic planet, and you remember the mom is white, the dad's black, and they're like in those really skin tight
Oh, it was androids. They were androids.
androids. Yeah.
Okay.
Very
And they-
strange first episode.
Yeah,
Remember?
They raised like human children, and then like 7 of them died off just because the kids.
I don't remember how to describe
There's a
it.
lot going on right now in this conversation.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It
to
was
follow.
weird.
It was definitely
Wow.
weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking
Speaking of Apple, sorry to break off. Have
No.
you guys seen the Shrink Next Door trailer? I think is what it's called. It's a Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd movie.
no,
Apparently, it's a true story. It's an Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called. I
Apple
don't know.
TV's putting out some stuff. They're
Yeah.
putting out
Yeah,
some stuff.
Just saw a trailer for it right before. It takes place in like the 60s or 70s, but it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I know Ted Lasso won a bunch of awards, and season 2 is like next level as well. Haven't seen it, but it's a comedy show.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis is the main.
I love Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
He's
and it won a bunch
hilarious.
of awards for the first season. So the second one, it just like blew out ratings again. So
Okay.
all right, so the week after, the last duel is Dune. Enough said right there. We're not gonna.
I'm actually not going to be here for Dune. I just
on the
realized that.
22nd.
Yeah, that's the week I'm in California for my
When does it come out?
anniversary.
Dune comes out on the 22nd.
Oh, this
I think I fly out that day.
Okay.
No, October.
October. Okay.
Yeah. And then that same day is when the French Dispatch comes out, which I just realized that's another Timothy Chalamet.
The French Dispatch.
Yeah, it's a Wes Anderson movie. It's his new movie with Timothy Chalamet, Frances McDormand, which won Best Actress for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. It was an okay movie. Tilda
Any-
Swinton.
Any movie title that's more than like 3 words is too long.
really, I don't like saying depressing movie because all movies are in it's by the artist, but
It's one of those.
it's one of those where it's like it's not happy. It's not a happy.
I don't
movie.
like those movies. You know, I can't say it too loud because she's listening. My wife loves those movies. I'm like never. I don't get why. I don't get the appeal. I like to leave a movie feeling
Feeling
like
good.
happy and feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like excited or pumped. I don't like feeling like I want to cry. I
That's
don't
why-
enjoy
yeah.
that feeling.
That's why I don't watch horror movies
That's
because
not
you leave the
fun.
theater and nothing's resolved. You just feel more anxious than you did when you came in.
Just leave looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, no horror movie ends with the bad guy dying and the good guy's all happy. If the bad guy dies, then at the end of the movie, something
They
is
come
in the
back.
closet
Yeah.
peeking right
You see a
when it
hand
ends.
ripping out of the ground.
Dude, and you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
could never. I hate horror. So yeah, that movie's stacked. Then Last Night in Soho, that weird. We're not even getting into that. That
Oh
weird
yeah,
trailer.
Anya Taylor-Joy, right?
Yep. And then we got Eternals in November, first week of November. We're all ready for that. And then we go to December, and you have West Side Story, which I can't wait for.
That looks
He
interesting.
saw when we went to see Free Guy. Was that the first trailer you guys saw for it?
I think that was Shang-Chi.
It was Shang-Chi.
Was it Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that the first trailer you saw? That was the first I saw of it.
Yeah. Because we
It
discussed,
looks-
that's another one we discussed on this podcast. We broke the news in movie news saying
It
they're
looks-
making West Side Story.
Very, very good.
It looks awesome.
I thought it was going to be
can't-
like The Outsiders at first.
I
way
did
they-
like the outside.
So did I.
The way they started it, yeah, with like the garage door open
Yeah.
and everything. It's like, oh man, you get to see like Tom Cruise with his chip
Stay
tooth again.
golden.
Yeah.
Stay golden, boy, boy.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
And
no,
then-
West Side Story looks good.
The week after that, we have Spider-Man No Way Home, and that same day we have The King's Man, which is the prequel to Kingsman, obviously.
Mhm.
And that same day, oh no, the next week we have The Matrix Resurrections. Wow.
Jeez.
What? Okay.
And then we have Don't Look Up 2 days
So-
later.
Jeez.
Crazy, dude.
If I'm a movie producer or director or whatever, and I see that my movie is getting released on the same day as any Marvel movie, I'm saying, okay, we're either bumping it up a week
Yep.
or we are bumping it back like a month. Because that entire theater is going to be packed for that one Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
That's why Eternals is the only thing coming out in November. No one else is messing with it. There's
you
like
either
3
go
other movies.
right before, because nobody's going to have anything else to watch before that, or you have to wait a pretty significant amount of time for the Marvel hype to die down, for people to be even interested in watching your movie.
Yeah. Which is why I find it so weird that The French Dispatch is coming out on the same day as Dune. The main actor is the same in both movies, and it's coming out on the same day. It's very strange. And they're 2 big movies, Wes Anderson, Denis Villeneuve. 2 different markets, though, I guess. Wes Anderson was more like artsy. He made that movie, The Incredible Mr. Fox. I've only heard good things, never seen it, though.
Is that like an animated movie?
Yeah, that one.
That's like the stop motion animation, right?
Yeah, with the crazy voice acting cast.
Okay. Yeah, no, I never watched that.
Yeah. But I just wanted to go over all the movies we have coming up.
Okay.
Because I'm so excited, guys.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a pretty decent end to 2021 movie-wise. And then
amazing.
A lot to look forward to in 2022 as well. So,
indeed,
good time to be a cinema or entertainment fan. Okay. Sorry, by the way, that our entertainment news the last few episodes has been so long, but since we went to bi-weekly, there's now a lot to cover.
It allows us to talk more about the stuff.
Yeah.
That's what this is about anyway, so.
Fair enough.
If y'all are coming here directly for space episodes, this is not the podcast for you. We know nothing. We're just talking.
Wait.
Yeah.
Make you wait for very little payoff.
That's why it's at the end of the episode.
Okay. So yeah, on to the main topic, I guess you can say, for this episode, Space 2.0. It's kind of a grab bag for space. The last time we had really strong talking points that we went over. This time's going to be more just kind of going over some really wild space facts again.
Go for it.
So we can start off. I've got a whole bunch of I think it was like 42 just really random space facts. So I'll leave it to you guys, and then I'll just slowly interject with a few here and there while you guys are talking.
Let's do it.
Well, give us one fact so that we could just warm up. Let's warm up our minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I don't really know what you guys. Someone start off so I can see what it is that you guys looked at, and then I'll jump in with some random ones, because I have things for everything. I have a very large range.
All right. Check this out. There's this planet 434 light years from Earth that is essentially. So you guys know what Saturn looks like. It's the planet and then a bunch of the rings of all the asteroids around it.
Yes.
This is the planet, and the rings are 640 times more than the amount that Saturn has. So imagine that to me is like you have this planet and then like Saturn's ring. Imagine a planet with 640 more layers of rings.
Jeez.
And Saturn has more than one. So
we have to land on the planet.
you have to get through all these. It's like Han Solo getting through the asteroid.
Okay.
That is crazy.
That's pretty insane.
Speaking of that, now I have to find it because my notes are actually really horrible for this one. I did find an article that spoke specifically about like asteroids and asteroid fields in space and stuff like that. And contrary to popular belief, the odds of in like Star Wars or any kind of like science fiction movie traveling through space in a spaceship, the odds of you running into an asteroid field are astronomically low. It is next to impossible. It was like 0.002% chance of you running into an asteroid field randomly while flying through space. Because of the magnitude of space and how tiny your ship is, the odds of you running into something
incredibly unlucky.
Yeah. So it's actually not very likely for that to ever happen, even if we do end up going into space travel like that. you're pretty much not going to have to worry about that.
So you don't think about that kind of stuff. And when we do this, I want to take all preconceived notions out of our heads. I want us to think that humanity is going to be here for another 2 million years and that we will go to other planets.
Yeah.
It makes it nicer.
Mhm.
Because that's how I think about it anyway.
In Star Wars Light of the Jedi or whatever, they explain how the speed travel works.
Hyperspace.
Yeah. So apparently they go into a different dimension when they go into hyperspace, which is honestly awesome. Cool.
Isn't it like another, like this is like
plane?
It's like another plane of existence.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like
I don't even know what that means, dude. What is another plane of existence?
In the first
Matthew.
Star Trek,
McConaughey.
It's a handshake.
This is what we gotta do.
In the first Star Trek reboot with Chris Pine, when he's talking to like Scotty about how, and Spock, Leonard Nimoy is there talking about how he's the one who came up with like faster than light travel and all that stuff. I think they explained that in that universe, you kind of stay still, and space is the thing that's moving past you. Or no, I'm sorry. No, that was Futurama. Is the one that did that.
I believe Futurama.
Because they're like Harvard grade like students and stuff. It was insane. The writers.
I can see that.
It was you're stationary, and the key is having everything move through. I have no idea how it works. Don't ask me any more questions about this.
My brain hurts.
But I know that that's what their like solution to it was.
What do you mean solution? Solution to what?
That was how they figured out. Like, no. It's not teleportation. You're not one place and then immediately in another place.
Yeah.
You're not. Your matter isn't transported.
Yeah.
It's you're stationary, and space is moving past you, and that's how you get to faster than light travel. I don't remember how, because that's not part of my thing. That's just something I remember.
I'm here trying to think about that.
I'm trying to rationalize
am not smart enough.
In my head.
Don't.
We are not.
Don't ask me
smart
questions.
enough.
I don't know how, but that was what they said, and it's a plausible theory according to like actual scientists and stuff. They said that that kind of makes sense. That's probably like the closest way of being able to accomplish that.
This is what kills me. I'm reading this thing about this planet, and it orbits a star at a distance 15 times closer than Mercury is to the sun. And the icy surface of the planet is roasting at a temperature of 822 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So the title that they put for this planet is "This Planet Defies the Laws of Physics." And in my mind, I'm like, why are we still saying defies the laws of physics? We are thinking of these things in our tiny human brains as things that cannot be broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what we understand based on our planet and stuff like that. Like when I hear people say faster than light travel is not possible, I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not that it's not possible. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
We just don't know how to do it.
You just can't comprehend it yet.
Yeah, you can't comprehend it.
If you asked Sir Isaac Newton if one day I would be able to have a conversation with someone on the opposite side of the world, he would have called me an idiot.
Because it goes against the laws of whatever
you can't do that
was back then.
He's like, dude, I just saw an apple fall from a tree. What the heck is that about? Like, there's no way you can talk to someone on the opposite side of the planet without moving your feet. It's just not going to happen. You just haven't figured it out yet. That's all it is.
Yeah. I just saw this. Dude, I forgot what I was going to say when the world mid-sentence.
We should literally make a compilation of Darren starting a sentence and then forgetting.
I'll save you.
Go ahead. I don't even know where I was going with that.
So, our solar system.
Yeah.
Pretty big, right?
Indeed.
Definitely large.
Yeah.
I'd say about a 7 on the large scale.
Maybe 9.
The mass of the sun is 330,000 times the mass of Earth.
Wait. Let me. The mass of the sun is 330 times?
Yes.
Take Earth, multiply it by 330,000.
Oh, 330,000.
Yeah, and then you get the sun. Now, that mass, the mass of the sun, accounts for 99.86% of the total mass in our solar system.
Jeez.
What?
That's a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Our sun,
That's how dense it is.
and okay, solar system is the Milky Way, or
That's
no?
the galaxy.
Solar system is
That's the galaxy. Think smaller within the Milky Way.
Within our planet's
Yeah.
solar system.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, because solar is the sun.
Darian, EXE has stopped working.
so we have where our 8 planets or whatever, Earth, Venus, Mercury,
Yes, the solar system.
and the sun. That is our solar system.
Yes.
Just those planets in,
Yes.
in the sun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the 99.8 is the mass of this solar system. That's what you said?
The sun takes up 99.86% of the mass of the solar system.
Okay. I can believe that.
Yes.
Not the
Probably
galaxy.
because Jupiter. No.
Black
That's
hole
what
is
I was-
the
Oh, that was
galaxy.
no, that's a little more.
That's a black hole.
It'll bring it to like 99.84.
Wait, so what's the difference? What's the difference between the galaxy and the universe? The universe
The
contains
universe is
multiple
made up of
galaxies?
billions of galaxies.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I'm trying to get the layers right again.
Oh yeah, no.
Universe is
That's
forever
insane.
expanding.
Yes. Now I
So
saw
solar
I don't-
system,
Galaxy.
galaxy.
Universe.
No.
Yes.
Solar system,
Yes.
Milky Way galaxy, universe.
Yes.
Mhm.
Got it.
I don't have
Got it.
any like written down facts about it, but there's a video. I don't even know how to pronounce the channel. That science channel that you and I were speaking about there.
Oh,
Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan.
It's really
No idea.
hard to pronounce. It's a German word. It's a YouTube
see.
channel,
Figure it out.
but they are so good because it's an animated channel at explaining things and dumbing it down. They explain incredibly complex theories and ideas and stuff, but they do it in a way that makes it very easy to understand. They have one about the largest star known to us right now, and then at the end of the video they show like Earth as like a marble, and then they just keep expanding out
I love
until
it.
they get to the biggest. And I just absolutely love seeing things like that where the size differential is too much for your brain to really comprehend.
Right.
And they literally say it. They say, we're getting to the point where you won't be able to understand how big we're talking. Like your brain physically is incapable of understanding the size of this star.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's
What-
so much
what-
fun.
What gets me so crazy is the universe is ever expanding.
Mhm.
So, and it's one of those things we can't comprehend.
Mhm.
But there's
What happens
no.
when you get to the edge?
Yeah, that's the second book in the Hitchhiker's Guide.
You
That's
just
literally
fall
the
off.
name. It's the end of the restaurant, the end of the universe. It's just a white wall. I don't know. What is it like?
Fall
You know,
off. You just
Antimatter?
into what, Joey? What do you fall off into?
nothing.
Because there's
fall-
more than.
To fall, you need
Nothingness.
gravity.
Yeah,
There's no
I don't know,
gravity.
man.
But to say nothing is something.
Exactly. What color is nothing?
Blue. I got no idea, man.
Hello.
All right,
Yeah.
go to the next one. That's I love that. You're right.
Okay. Joey, do you have any that you want to interject with?
Well, I was looking into Venus, if you want to go there real quick.
Sure.
Just because Venus is probably one of the deadliest planets there is.
I learned a lot about planets. Doing this.
Yeah. So,
Earth is nice. I don't want to leave
Yeah.
Earth.
you can't see like the land of Venus because it's shrouded in gas, and that gas is sulfuric acid. And they think that it was created by a whole bunch of gigantic volcanoes, and then sulfur went to the air, mixed in with water vapor, bam. Now there's that, and the atmosphere is made up mostly of carbon dioxide. So it gets up to like 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and the gravitational pull, I think, what is it? It's 90 times that of Earth. So if you were
Wow.
to enter the atmosphere, you would burn to death, just from the heat, burn from the sulfuric acid. You just pretty much implode and explode right then and there.
You'd be flat.
Implode and explode
It'd
simultaneously.
be a thermal grenade. Like
So doesn't the concept of gravity just disprove flat earthers? Like every planet.
Flat Earthers
Is a
don't believe in
circle.
gravity.
they
believe in
disprove
buoyancy.
themselves.
Got it. If you don't believe in gravity, then yeah.
they believe in buoyancy.
I would never argue with a flat earther anyway. I wouldn't waste my time, but I was like, okay, if they don't believe in
Yeah.
gravity, then I can get it. Because every planet we know of, every star we know of is a circle for a reason. It's formed around a center point, and that's where the gravity is held.
Let's see.
Do you know how many moons make up our solar system?
Our solar system?
Mm-hmm.
622 million?
Moons. There you go with those stupid numbers. I hate
2
Okay.
billion!
Joey, how many moons do you think are in our solar system? That's planets with moons. Orbiting satellites.
I know some planets have multiple moons.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Most
Probably like
actually do.
25.
I was literally gonna guess in the 20s, just not to go too far.
Okay. So now you went to the other end of the spectrum. It's
Yes.
181.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
I was gonna say 120, and then I was
No,
like,
there are
that's too high.
some planets with like almost 20 moons. I think Saturn has like 20, or
Jeez.
Jupiter. One of those has like a stupid amount.
Jupiter.
There are 566,000 asteroids in our galaxy and 3,100 comets. What is the difference between an asteroid and a comet? And I'm not asking with like an answer in mind. I honestly don't know.
Let's find out.
don't
Asteroid
know.
versus. I was gonna say one's flying, one's not, but they both are.
Yeah. There are also 5 dwarf planets, including Pluto.
I have a whole book written by Neil deGrasse Tyson on when Pluto became a dwarf planet and wasn't considered a planet anymore back in 2006.
Do you know that Pluto is smaller in diameter than the United States?
Okay, well then, yeah.
Seriously?
Deserves to not be
Yeah.
a planet.
You could drive across Pluto in 20 hours. That's not a planet, bro.
Well, no, it's not. That's why it's a dwarf planet now. It says the greatest distance across the United States from Northern California to Maine is 2,900. Why are you laughing?
Because if you would have seen Joey's face, dude, this dude just went from bursting out laughing to like he just watched 9/11 happen live. And then he went back to laughing.
Yeah, so across the United States from Northern California to Maine is 2,900 miles.
That's crazy.
We know that Pluto is 1,473 miles across.
Dude, that's
like half.
that's from Connecticut to like somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah.
That's insane. I just thought about, like, imagine driving a car there. We're just done. We're done in like a day.
Less than half the width of the U.S.
So
That's insane.
asteroids are made up of metals and rocky material, while comets are made up of ice and dust.
Okay, it was. I know one of them was more ice, but I didn't know if that was different from like the
That
others.
is the comet. Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
See?
you ever hear about
You guys
these
are
planet-
learning new things with us here live on the
Exactly.
podcast.
That's what we're here for, guys.
Should
You
we
ever hear
just-
about these planets that rain rubies and sapphires and diamonds? Pretty
It
awesome.
Rains
Yes.
diamonds.
Yeah, so there's this
Okay.
planet called HAT P7b, about 1,000 light years away from Earth. And on the night side of this planet, high precipitation of aluminum oxide is found in the atmosphere. Because these corundum gems are rubies and sapphires, and both of those are made out of aluminum oxide, one can describe the hypothetical weather on this planet's night side as raining rubies and sapphires. That's pretty crazy, man.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Lay it on me.
Your brain is probably going to melt out of your ear when you hear this. Okay, so we're talking light years.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Light moves at a velocity of 186,411 miles a second.
Hold on.
Okay?
We got to break this down. We gotta make sure I understand.
186,411 miles per second.
So hypothetically, if I had a flashlight and I shined it, powerful enough,
Mhm.
it would reach 186,000 miles away that same second. That's what you're telling me.
Well, not a flashlight, but yeah.
A laser, something that has light.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So-
got it in my head.
Now, light years, right? A light year is the distance covered by light in 1 year. Okay? That's what a light year is. So we just talked about light per second.
So it'd be how
Yeah.
that laser that I shown that made 106,000
year.
miles in a second in a year.
In a year, how far would it travel? 5 trillion 903 billion 26,326,255 miles in a year. Yeah. Anyway,
Trillion?
yeah. It's a lot. It's far.
That's why we don't use miles to describe how far something is from us in space.
It doesn't make sense. Everything is too far. So
then
light
think
years,
about these
and then
planets.
Once you get far enough to where even light years isn't enough, you use astronomical units. It's AU.
So
and
how
that
in the
consists
world
of like 1,000,000 light years or something like that. Yeah.
that planet that I told you guys that's raining rubies and sapphires is 1,000 light years away from Earth. How in the world do we even know that planet exists and that it hypothetically rains rubies and sapphire? How do we know the composition of this planet? Humans are
that's
amazing.
the thing that I don't always understand how we're able to figure this kind of stuff out, because I feel like that's way too, like, it's theoretical at that point. I don't think that it's a fact. It's more like we're pretty sure it's more or less this.
Yeah.
Because you can't prove that that's the case when it's
Exactly.
that far away. It's not. I
found this planet that orbits a pulsar, which is an extremely compact and dense neutron star. Isn't that a star that collapsed in on itself? Is that what it is or not?
Well, no, once a star collapses in on itself, that's when it becomes a supernova and then a black hole.
Okay. So a pulsar is just a...
It's about to. It's getting real close.
That is sick.
Mm-hmm.
So there's planets that orbit this one out there, and it's only 12 miles across. It's just the size of a large city.
But it has the density of like 100 of our suns or something like
insane.
that. Yeah.
Man, what do you think it's like? What do you think if we were teleported to that planet? What would it even be like?
It's like that episode of Rick and Morty where they're looking for a new planet, and then Morty throws the frisbee, and he just turns around and catches it because it's so
small. That's why I love Rick and Morty, because one, they tackle time travel, which I love, and then the second one is that they do those different planets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because the I don't know if you guys seen the episode from this season where...
No, don't talk about it because I haven't seen anything.
Okay, they do, not a time travel episode, but they go to a planet where time, like kind of Interstellar, where time goes faster on that planet than it does on Earth. So every time they go back, it's hundreds of years into the future.
Okay.
And it's glorious.
Okay, stop.
One of my favorite episodes ever.
Do you know how wide the Milky Way is? From end to end?
7.
I'd say like 15.
18.
I was 3 off.
Close. You're close. You didn't overshoot it this time.
Nope.
It's 105,700 light years across. So
that's just
us,
the Milky Way galaxy?
Just the Milky Way.
See, this is when we get into unfathomable numbers.
So do you know how long it would take for someone from Earth to reach the center of the Milky Way?
I don't know where we're located on the Milky Way.
150,000 years. I don't know.
More. Like a lot more.
Oh God.
450 million years.
I was gonna say 1.2 million as a joke.
No, to travel to
hurts.
the center of the galaxy, just the Milky Way. 450 million years for us to get there.
This is, no, that's so crazy. And the thing is that's our galaxy, the observable universe. Observable, which means that what we can see or picture with the telescope or whatever they do, contains 2 trillion galaxies.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how...
I don't even have words, dude. we just had to bask in that silence for a second, guys.
My brain.
The Andromeda galaxy is the closest to the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
And As the closest galaxy to the Milky Way, it is 2.5 million light years away.
2.5
What is it? Wait.
million
Wait.
light years?
Wait.
2.5 million light years.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is where I question. We
Okay.
have the Milky Way,
Mhm.
and then this galaxy is 2.5 million light years away.
Mhm.
What's all this in the middle? Dead space?
Yeah, stars and stuff like that. You'll find
At
stars.
what point do you enter the Andromeda? Is it like a wall you kind of...
I don't think it's
Welcome.
a wall. There's star cluster system. There's certain cluster. It's like our constellations. So the Milky Way galaxy has constellations. You have, I don't know what they're all called. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
But those
the Big Dipper
belong-
and all that?
Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Those belong to the Milky Way galaxy. Andromeda has its own star systems. So once we get to the point where we reach those star systems, that's the beginning of the Andromeda galaxy. And then you keep going further in and you get to their planets.
So galaxies are neighborhoods. Planets
Yes.
are the houses.
Yes.
Y'all are learning with us today on the Light Bulb Podcast. Y'all are learning with us. We are breaking this down.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got a whole bunch more.
Should
I don't
we-
know how much.
Should we talk about how they discovered light behind a black hole?
Oh, behind a. Sure.
That's all I know.
Go
Joey,
ahead.
you want to do that?
You can't just drop it and just say no.
You useless sack of potatoes.
Oh my god. Dude, I've been
Like,
ripping out
guys.
all these facts. You guys got to jump in here a little bit.
Black hole. I mean, I've been talking about different planets.
Ew.
I'm trying to see the picture. Yeah, it was Einstein's ideas about light behind black holes confirmed. And they did that through what was it, until now? This came out earlier this year, right?
I think so. Because we just recently got a photograph of a
It was
black
this
hole.
year, yeah,
in-
and it was example.
No, 2019 was when we got the photograph.
And then this
In
year they
April.
gave the example of the light behind it, and then you see the
Okay.
swirls and ripples right behind it.
Yeah. Black holes are so cool. And I think we spoke about white holes, right?
I don't think we did white holes.
I
We
thought
did, and
thought
I
we
said
did.
something like equality for space.
Yeah, you made some stupid joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. We got
Okay.
Dumb.
Let me stop.
So a white hole is a hypothetical region of space which can't be entered from the outside. So unlike a black hole that sucks things in, you're physically incapable of entering a white hole. But although we're physically incapable of entering a white hole, matter and light are incapable of escaping it.
Aren't matter and light incapable of escaping a black hole? Well, no,
Yes.
we just confirmed light.
It exists on the opposite end.
Opposite side.
Oh, it exists, but it can't escape. What does that even mean? What does that mean? then?
Because a black hole isn't three-dimensional. It's
Yeah.
two-dimensional.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
What?
while, yeah, it's not a three-dimensional thing.
What does that mean?
It means
Is it
it's
piece of
not
paper?
3D.
No, it's thinner than a piece of paper.
Oh,
'Cause a piece of
whoa, I
paper is
never knew this,
three-dimensional.
dude. What? Hold on.
A piece of
Black
paper is
holes are
three-dimensional.
2D.
Yes.
Can you imagine looking at it from the side, like rotating around it?
You can't look at it
You
from
wouldn't
the
be
side.
able
You
to.
wouldn't be able to.
It's just
My brain
is that?
hurts.
Hold on.
It exists and then it doesn't and then it exists.
what's 2D? What's 2D? Like a TV?
Flat.
Like watching something on
Well,
TV?
watching something on a TV would be 2D.
Imagine something having that kind of power.
It's like
a
the
black hole being
original
2D.
Mario. The side scroller,
Yeah.
that's 2D. He doesn't have a side profile.
I never knew that. I just found that out tonight. That is
Mhm.
insane.
So
Black holes
while
are 2D.
looking at a black hole, you would see nothing. If you were to go behind it, you'd be able to see light, apparently, because we just found out that you can catch pictures of light on the opposite end of a black hole. So yeah,
That is mind blowing.
I love space, guys. Space is really fun.
I feel like my mind
All
would
right.
break trying to look at a black hole directly and then just trying to go around it. Like,
Yeah, no.
If I had to sacrifice my life and all you guys and all the people I love to be able to travel space and see that cool stuff, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, we talked about this, about the whole SpaceX thing, and you're like, oh no, Kyler would 100% be the first one up there. I'm like,
Yeah.
Totally. Because it's
you're married. That's bad on you.
I
I'm good.
He said, bye, my wife. Bye, Chewy. I'm out.
Hey, I got a wife and a dog, but they understand.
Yeah, but you would travel by yourself, just legit by yourself, no one with you.
I mean, I get real lonely, but if I have a podcast
100%.
to listen to, I think I'd be cool.
Yeah, for 450 million years, you got
Hey, these things have incredible battery life.
listening to some D&D campaign for that long.
Shut up. So Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system, beat only by Jupiter. But it's also the lightest. And it's so light, in fact, that it would actually float in water.
Saturn?
The planet, yeah. Given a large enough body of water, it would float because it's made mostly of gas.
Okay.
I want.
That'd be insane to look at, but yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of what planets. If a cargo ship can float, I think Earth can float.
No, the
You
density, the mass and the density of the planet wouldn't allow it to float. But because Saturn is made mostly of gas and very little land,
You're right.
it would be able to float.
Yeah, like it's like if you put a bowling ball in a pool, it's gonna sink to
It's
the
gonna
bottom.
sink, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're not wrong there.
Thanks.
Where is it?
Kyler, the science guy.
Oh, there it
I
is.
love space. It's so cool.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I am.
Okay.
We're not disputing.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. If you listen closely, you'll hear.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I got more, but if you guys want to call it a wrap, that's fine. We can leave some more for Space 3.
Yeah, I think that's lights out.
I think so. I mean, it's up to Kyler if lights out.
If we can wrap up. Thank you guys for listening to another episode. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
We'll be back in 2 more weeks, hopefully with a full cast. I will be traveling pretty soon, but we should still have episodes. I don't know if
So will Willard.
my travel dates will align with one of our off weeks, but
We will.
yeah.
If
that's-
not, it'll
that's
just be
happening.
D&I, and we'll just rock it. All right?
Yeah,
Let's
Just
do it.
us two. We're just talking.
Tangent Tuesday. So yeah, thanks for sitting in on another episode. Feel free to leave a comment, like. We have a YouTube, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcast, Castbox. Oh, also, I got ripped up because last episode we were discussing some very loyal fans who we are very thankful for. But I got in trouble because I forgot to mention my dad, who is also a very loyal listener, and he made sure to guilt trip me about the fact that I forgot to mention him. So there you
Rightfully
go,
so.
Pop.
You're actually disgusting.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
No, garbage human being, 100%.
You let me mention my cousins as loyal fan base, and then you forgot to mention your father, the
my
man.
father. Yeah, it was real awkward because he said it while I was sitting next to him eating lunch at work, and I had nowhere to go, so I just had to kind of sit there and be
grabbed him,
berated.
and you just can't.
Yeah.
leave
He looks at you.
straight.
He's like, you know, I'm disappointed in you, right?
I
that
can't
hurts.
believe
That
that
hurts.
you didn't mention me every week. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I didn't do that.
It's pretty dark.
Well, I shoved food in my mouth so that I wouldn't have to speak.
Yep.
So there you go, Pop. You get your own mention on the side. So yeah, thank you guys, everyone. We'll hand it off to Joey to sign us out.
Shout out
Thank you.
Oh God.
Shout out to
It's
Frank for getting us another subscriber. My man's just rolling with it. Yeah, he's going with it.
Cool. One of the guys at my job. I don't know if Wayne is all caught up, but if you're hearing this now, you might be hearing this in the past or the future, whatever. Hi, Wayne.
Poor Wayne started with episode 1.
True.
Yeah, that was
Must
rough,
be
man.
rough.
You needed to
It's
skip to,
awkward
like,
because
3.
then he comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, that episode was rough." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry."
Say thank you.
We need to just delete it. We don't need people
I know, we
seeing that
should just
episode.
take it off. But then we'd have to re-explain the whole reason we're called light bulb in another episode. So
Sure.
anyway, it is what it is. We were young. We still don't know what we're doing, but that's there. So, again, Joey, please set us up because we're rambling.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
What?
That's Lights Out on the Light Bulb Podcast. No, you're not speaking. Lights Out on the Light Bulb Podcast. Bye.